Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Infinite Crypto Cruisers. Hey there, folks. My name is Brad Varnell, and this is the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. And if you can't tell, guys, I am on cloud nine. I am so excited, and man, I hope you guys are excited too. I haven't seen what you guys have said to the poll at the top of this. How many of you voted? We got looks like we've got about 55-45 split. So about 55% of you so far think Bitcoin's going to hit 100 before it dips below 90. 45% of you as of right now believe that it's going to go below 90 before it goes to 100. So around 50-50. If you haven't participated in that poll, please go do that. I would love to get your guys' input on that. But guys, I am super excited. I believe with all of my heart that we are all very much on the verge of having all of our hard work and our belief and our determination and everything that we've done for the last several months to several years for some of us really come to some incredible, massive fruition. I think that Bitcoin is going to do spectacular things in May. I really believe that May is going to be a phenomenal month for Bitcoin. We've got the Bitcoin 2025 conference, the 27th, 8th, and 9th of May. Historically, Bitcoin has had a little bit of a run-up going into that conference. And then I just feel like the stars are aligning and that we're really in for a lot of fun. You know, one of the things about crypto is it can be pretty miserable at times. Like, it can be rough, man. You wake up and every single morning you look at your portfolio and it's down a little bit further than it was the day before. And, you know, when that drags on you for months and months and months, man, it can be a little bit challenging. You know, it can really be challenging. Here, I got another quick question for you. Slightly off topic. This is something I'm curious about. I'm just curious if you guys don't mind being transparent with me and the rest of the audience, if you're not embarrassed. How many times a day do you open up your phone and look at your crypto portfolio? Or how many times, if you're on your computer, do you pop over and look at the balances, you know, in your Phantom or your MetaMask wallet? I'm just kind of curious. I'll be transparent with you guys. It's a lot. I mean, I'm probably, you know, popping open CoinGecko and looking at the price of a handful of tokens. I'm pulling up my WEEX exchange and looking at my trades, and then looking at, you know, my MetaMask and Phantom wallets. I probably do that. I would have to guesstimate probably 15 to 25 times a day. So I'm curious, how often do you guys look at your portfolio? Like I say, it's kind of off topic. It doesn't really matter, but I just, you know, just kind of something that kind of popped into my head. And I'm curious if you guys are like me. Is there anybody out there that doesn't look at their crypto portfolio like multiple times a day? If you're one of the rare few that like only looks at your portfolio once a week, or, you know, or less than once a day, I would love to know about you, because I think you're definitely in the minority. I would be willing to bet money that just about everybody on this channel is looking at their portfolio multiple times a day. But I was kind of curious. What do we got here? We got Mr. Young Buck Crypto says 8 to 10 times probably. Dave P says 25 times. Donnie T says way too many. And man, I agree with you guys. Like, way too many is probably a good answer. Now, in some cases, when you're, you know, really trying to hit a trade, or you're really looking, you got some money sitting in your wallet, you got some USDT or USDC, and you're waiting for an entry point to dollar cost average, it's probably not a bad thing to look at your portfolio, you know, somewhat regularly. Check out the prices somewhat regularly and make sure that, you know, that everything is, you know, where you want it to be. But I don't even know why that came to my mind all of a sudden, but I was just curious, like, what in the world, you know, is everybody else like me? Like, I try not to look at my phone the very first thing in the morning. I really try to hold off for like the first 30 minutes or so of my morning, but most of the time I am willing to admit I don't make it. I probably look at my phone 10 to 15 minutes after I'm awake. I usually try to get up, go outside, walk my dogs, get a little prayer in, talk, say out loud a few things that I'm grateful for, get a little bit of fresh air and nature in me. And, I try to remind myself every morning, sky before screen. So I always try to get outside and get a little bit of sky, a little bit of nature in, even if it's just for a few minutes. But normally, man, within 10, 15 minutes of waking up, I'm probably checking out my phone. So anyways, guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I don't have any scientific proof that we're getting ready to go up and crush it. I was just watching, Sam Price, Crypto Lifer, for a little bit. He says that we need to get above the 21-day moving average, and he believes that there could be a significant pump, but we're not there yet. So if we continue to get rejected, then we could continue to see, slightly lower prices. But man, he is pretty bullish. He's not so bullish that he wants to go in and break his trade model and start longing stuff yet. But at the same time, he really feels like there's a good possibility that we could break through this 21-day moving average and have a nice pump. And that would be fantastic, man. I just, once again, I think that no matter what happens over the next 2, 3, 4 days, I think that we're going to start seeing some really great price action in May. And by the end of May, everybody might be, very, very positive and excited about crypto again. I think that we could be back up to, $110,000, $120,000, $130,000 Bitcoin over the next month. And people will have totally flipped from this. There's still a lot of people that wonder if the bull market has already played out and that we've technically been in a bear market for the last couple of months, and that, jokers like me and a lot of other people in the world are just, full of hopium. I don't believe that's the case because of the way that other crypto bull markets have taken place, including the one in 2021. Yeah, it ripped a little bit earlier in 2021 than it has now. Although, we did reclaim all-time highs. So in a way, maybe it's not really taking longer. Maybe it was actually quicker. Like in 2021, we had about a 40% decline in Bitcoin from around 42,000 to 27,000 in February. Yet by, March, April, May, so literally, less than 3 months from that real big 40% drop, we were back up to an all-time high of 64,000. In this bull market, we hit 108,000. I think it was back in December. Don't quote me on that. I didn't really pay exact, attention to the exact date, but I know that we hit a new all-time high way, way, way earlier in the cycle. And theoretically, we hit the all-time high way back in, I think it was March of 2023 when we hit, the $73,000 Bitcoin, which surpassed the 68K that was back in 2021. So maybe it's not that we're behind schedule. Maybe we're just ahead of schedule. So in May of 2021, Bitcoin dropped from 64,000, its new all-time high peak, all the way back down to around, I think it dropped back into around the 40K range. But all I remember for sure was that May and June and most of July were horrible. From May 11th, I believe, was the day that we hit 64K in Bitcoin. And then it was just all downhill from there for all of May, all of June, and all of July. And then boom, August rolled around and we had an amazing August, September, October. Bitcoin peaked at 68,000 around November 11th or so. And then from November 11th of 2021 on, we had, we kind of spiraled downwards. But my point is, we could just be we were in that stretch like that May, June, July. Maybe this year it was the January, February, March, and now instead of having to wait until August for this big upswing, I think there's a reasonable possibility that May, June, July could be the big months. These could be the months that totally transform and change our lives. So on top of that, folks, the other reason, of course, that I am super excited is for the launch of my own project. Man, my wife hates it when I say that. I am not taking credit for this project, guys. For those of you that don't have an incredible woman, man, I wish one upon you, because when I came up with the original idea for this project and started putting it together, my wife literally, without me even knowing, she started going on to ChatGPT and asking it different questions. She started figuring out how to build smart contracts. She started formulating this plan for the other half of the project. And after about a week, she came to me and said, "Hey, Brad, I think this is a great idea for a token, for us to launch." And I'm so excited that she did that, because she's going to get listed as a co-founder, and she's going to have some of her own, team tokens, even though we're married and everything, what's hers is hers and what's mine is hers and what's mine is ours, like, even though that's the case, she's going to have her own token. So she's really excited, because she's not Infinite Crypto's wife. So sometimes, guys, I don't know if you've experienced this in your life, but, the people that we love, like, they love us and they support us. They're excited for us. But there's a few times where she kind of got tired of being Infinite Crypto's wife. Like, she wanted to be part of things. She wanted to be, she wanted to feel relevant. And because of this cryptocurrency project, she absolutely does. And she absolutely is. I'm so excited for her name and her picture to be there next to mine on our website as co-founders of this token. And man, the dream is alive and well. We have raised the funds. We're paying the developers to get to work on all of the smart contracts and the website and everything that we need to do. And the good news is our developers believe that we can be ready to launch this project before Bitcoin 2025. And so I love that, because me and my whole team, we're going to go to Bitcoin 2025 representing this new project. Of course, people will know me as, Brad Varnell, Infinite Crypto YouTuber. But for this Bitcoin conference, all of my efforts are going to be going towards promoting this project. We're going to have t-shirts. Instead of saying Infinite Crypto, they're going to have the project name on it. We're going to have a bunch of swag and stickers, and I don't know exactly all of what we're going to have, but we're going to have a bunch of stuff at the Bitcoin conference that we're handing out. We're going to be going around to all of the booths and telling everybody about us. It is going to be really an incredibly exciting time. And I'm really excited for you guys too, because I believe those of you that see the vision, here in a week or two, as soon as it makes sense, we're going to really start promoting it. We're going to drop the name of the token. We're going to, drop the website. We're going to create a Telegram group that you guys can come into and start learning more about the project and get your funds and everything ready on the proper chain, because it's going to be a fair launch token. 1 minute, it's not going to be available to buy. And then when we turn on the switch, everybody is going to have first come, first serve access to buy this token at the launch price. Like, it's going to be amazing. And I really believe that for those of you that get in early, for those of you that are paying attention, that get into the Telegram group and that, are around, like, we don't know if we're going to launch the token at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. We're going to give you guys some heads up. Like, we're not going to just launch it out of the blue. We're going to probably let you guys know, hey, sometime in the next 24 hours, this contract is going live. So keep your alerts on. Make sure that you are checking the messages in the Telegram group. And then basically we're going to turn on the contract address, and then we're going to blast out. We're going to blast it out on social media. We're going to blast it out in the Telegram group. I'll probably do an emergency live stream where I let everybody know on a live stream that the token is live and buyable. But folks, even in a choppy sideways kind of market, I believe that because of the excitement that we're going to generate and the FOMO and people wanting to get in early, I think this project is going to do very, very well in the beginning. And then hopefully we can maintain that momentum and keep it going for months and months and years. But I definitely have no reservations at all with the fact that I think the first couple, 2 or 3 months are going to be off the hook, and the first 2 or 3 weeks are going to be, amazing, in my opinion. One of the projects that I kind of got some of my ideas from, roughly 15 or 20x'd in the first, 72 hours to a week, that after it launched, it literally, 20x'd. So I know that 20x isn't going to change your lives, guys, but at the same time, it's a great start. And depending on how much money you throw at it, I mean, if you buy $1,000 worth of tokens the day that it launches and it 20x's in a week, that's a pretty massive swing. That's a pretty massive score. Even if you throw $100 at it and you turn it into a couple $1,000, that would be pretty massive. And once again, I'm not saying that that is going to happen. I believe it's possible, but I do think it's near impossible. I can't guarantee anything, but I would think that it was something catastrophic would have had to have happened in order for this thing to not launch to like a 5x within probably the first 24 hours or so after it launches, because I believe there's going to be a lot of people sitting there with their wallets ready to go, wanting to buy this token as soon as it launches. So, man, it's an exciting time to be alive for me. Hopefully it ends up being an exciting time to be alive for you. As you guys noticed, I put here in the chat, hashtag win my token. That's something else that I really love is, by having this YouTube channel, guys, I can do some really, really cool things with, promotions and that type of thing. Well, it's not exciting news. We want here as we go. Throw hashtag win my token in the chat. We're going to have the ability to, do giveaways with our token here on the YouTube channel. We're going to have the ability to, maybe figure out a fun way to airdrop a few tokens to a few people. We're going to have a rewards program. So when you go to get in the Telegram group, you're going to go in through a link that I've created that's a referral bot. And so be ready, folks. You're going to have your, you're going to put in your name and an email address. We don't want bots in the Telegram group. So we're going to make you jump through a couple of hoops, nothing too major, but you're going to go through a couple of hoops to get into the Telegram group. But then you're going to be able to create your own referral bot Telegram link that you share out with all of your crypto friends. And we're going to be giving away tokens to the people that refer and invite the most people into the Telegram group. And then in the Telegram group, we're going to have little contests and little fun things, little tasks, little fun things that we do where you can earn, some tokens. So you're going to have the ability to earn some tokens, win some tokens, buy some tokens. And then once again, the synergy because I have this YouTube channel, when we really show you what we're doing and how, I'll let you in on a little secret. One of the challenges for a lot of cryptocurrency projects, one of the challenges is marketing, getting good, solid eyes on them, having big communities that want to go support some of these projects. Well, because you, the community, the owner of this new token, you guys are actually going to have the ability to shine the spotlight on projects that you like And then there's going to be a project that rises to the cream of the top, you know, the cream of the cream of the crop that rises to the top. And that project, not only is that project the person that brought that to our attention, not only are they going to win some money, some tokens, some money, but the people that that voted for their token, the people that liked that project also are also going to win some money. But now I have the ability to go to that project and let them know that our community loved them, that they got nominated, that they got voted for, that several, you know, 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 of our community got an airdrop in their tokens. And we want to have them come on to the channel, and we want to feature them on our channel and give them more exposure. And then we want to invite them to come into our token community and help shine the spotlight even more on their token. But at the same time, they're now inviting their community to intermingle with our community. And folks, I think that there's going to be some incredible synergy. And I think that we're going to have a token that is really growing, that's doing good. We're going to be finding great projects. You know, this Microcap Gem stream is just going to explode. And long story short, folks, I just like being a YouTuber like I am just gives me so many advantages when it comes to building a project like this, because I have a pretty big reach, and I can help projects in ways that other projects can't. Like if somebody else did exactly what I did, what I'm doing, but they don't have a YouTube channel, they're not going to be able to help the communities and help the projects and help everything anywhere near the way that I'm going to be able to. So with that, my wife has got me, you know, she had me sign a non-disclosure agreement. There's some things that I'm not able to talk about yet, but man, I tell you, the closer this gets to fruition, the more excited I get about it. And then, you know, once again, one of the things that I really love is sometimes when you're formulating and launching a project, it can take 6 months, a year, 2 years to all come together. But because of a, you know, little bit of a perfect storm, and because, you know, like I tell people, hey guys, we ain't here, we're not necessarily changing the world. I think we're going to do some amazing things. We've got some cool ideas for giving back. But, you know, like I tell people, hey, we're not changing how rocket ships are getting launched into space. We're not curing cancer. But this is definitely not a meme coin either. This is a project with real world use case, real utility, and doing something that is important and that a lot of people are going to get excited about. So with that, I'll shut up about my coin, but make sure that you guys are typing in "win my token" in the chat, because there is going to be a little bit of a giveaway at the end of the day. Kevin Blake Weldon, man, welcome to the show, Kevin. Guys, this is a great friend of mine. Man, you know, country music singer, got an incredible country music voice, has done some amazing things. He's in the process right now of making a movie. He had this dream for a long time, and he wrote out the movie, he wrote out the script, he did everything, and now he's in the process of getting this movie produced. I hope he doesn't mind me. It's public knowledge, but the movie is going to be called The Wish List, and it's going to be live in 2026. So they're going to get it filmed and produced and edited and everything, and then it's going to go live for Christmas of 2026. And I'm excited. He's going to be one of the advisors on the board of advisors for this token. He is super excited to be a big part of this project, and this guy is just an incredible guy. We're building an amazing team, folks. So while Deanna and I are going to be the co-founders, we understand that there's important aspects of this launch and of moving forward where we need a team. It can't just be the Brad and Deanna show. And we don't have big egos. We don't care who gets the credit for the success as long as the success is coming. And so we've got some incredible people that are coming on board and that are excited about this project. And Kevin Blake Weldon is definitely one of them, man. So thank you for being here today, Kevin, man. God bless you, my friend. I hope you are doing fantastic. And so with that, folks, let's get on to some microcap gems. Does anybody here got anything that's going on in their world? Any microcap gems that they're looking at? I tell you what, I'm going to bring up a token that Kevin is excited about. Kevin, why don't you tell them what token you are excited about today? If you're still here in the chat, tell them the token you're excited about. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go switch views and get it pulled up on CoinGecko. So let's get over here. I'm going to share my screen. Present my screen, share it here. We're going to do entire screen. Boom, boom. So here we are on, there we go, Patriots, man. So my friend Kevin came across this token a couple 3 months or so ago, and of course, unfortunately, the thing tanked a little bit, as did so many of the altcoins that just got crushed off. But look at this thing. Over the last 14 days, it's up 146%. It's called the Patriot token. You can buy it, I believe, on Uniswap. Yeah, you can buy it on Uniswap and Gate.io, SushiSwap. This is a token. I guess you could call it a meme token, but it's based on, let's go to the website here and show you guys the website. But this token is based on a statue that they are getting ready to unveil of Donald Trump. Let me add this to the screen here. There we go. So this is, let me go back. I didn't realize I hadn't added it. So this is the Patriot token on CoinGecko. You can see, like I said, it's up about 146% in the last 14 days. But take a look at this chart here, folks. It was all the way up at 0.008 back in January. It's still down, even after going up 150%. This thing is still down 89% from its all-time high. So let's just, me, I'm a little bit of a math guy. I like my math. So let's just do something here and see what things look at. We go to our trusty calculator here, and let's just do $100 divided by the current price today, which is 0.000861. And then let's multiply that by the all-time high of 0.008386. So that would be about a 10x. That's going to turn $100 into almost $1,000, folks. And if we go over here to their website, Defender of Liberty, you missed. Join Patriots live chat now on Telegram. I'm trying to see. I want to see if we pull up. So they've got this statue of Donald Trump that they're building. You can kind of go through and see it here, but it's a massive, full-size statue of Donald Trump. And you can see here, if you go to this page, you can. So they didn't get a chance to unveil the statue at inauguration. They weren't there, but they're going to unveil. They're all the way through to step 7. So they're going to unveil this statue here pretty soon. And then they're going to plan a ceremony where the statue of Donald J. Trump will be unveiled for public viewing in a permanent place and make American history. So what Kevin says here is when Trump reveals this thing, which he said he wants to do himself. So from what Kevin says, Donald Trump knows about this plan, knows about this statue, and Trump is going to reveal the statue, be a part of the revealing process. So if that happens, man, this thing could launch to absolute moon. If we go back here to the CoinGecko here, we can see this thing's only sitting at an $8 million market cap. So it's not one of these tokens that's already at 100 million, 500 million, a billion. So do with that what you will. As you know, here on the channel, we don't talk about meme coins a lot, but after Kevin brought this to my attention and showed me what it was all about and why he thought it could be viral and have some massive jumps, he says it's a 17 foot polished statue. So do with that what you will, folks. I think it's a fun token, a fun play. Here on the channel, we love Donald Trump, man. We do. I know a lot of people are frustrated. They think that some of his moves and some of his policies have taken us backwards. But folks, sometimes you got to go backwards a little bit in order to go forwards. Sometimes, like if you own a company and let's say that it's doing, oh, come on, animals. Say you own a company and you got some bad apples in the company, but the company is doing, it's doing okay. It's not like going out of business. It's making money and it's doing all right. But these bad apples are costing you 50 or 75% of what you could be making. And you decide to let them go. Well, a lot of times they go, they badmouth the company. They take some good employees with them, unfortunately. And a lot of times you'll see a dip in revenue for a little while you're fixing the ship, while you're patching up the holes, while you're replacing those people with better people. But ultimately, once you get that done, you see just a nice up and to the right chart because you got everything situated. And if you don't get it fixed, what was a somewhat profitable company, something where it was doing good enough to where you kind of hated to rock the boat, it will totally capsize on you. And the next thing you know, you will be out of business. So I am a firm believer that the things that he is doing are strategic and that he knows what he's doing and he's got a long-term plan. He's not trying to make things better tomorrow. He wants things to be incredibly better over the next handful of years. And so as some of these things actually get proven, some of the things that people think he's an idiot for right now, as it comes to fruition and he has found out that he actually isn't an idiot, that he knew what he was doing, I do think that some of these tokens that are centered around him do have the ability to do some massive things. So once again, as Kevin says, there's a method to his madness. So do with that what you will. Come here, buddy. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take advantage of this while I can. These guys are something else. I tell you guys, if you ain't never had a puppy, you guys need to get some puppies. Okay, you guys be nice. I tell you, this one here that I'm petting on the head, this is the girl, but she's vicious. If old Ruger messes with her, if she gets messed with, she will retaliate, won't you? Yeah, get him. Yeah, don't let him mess with you. Anyways, I'm sorry for the interruption, but they wanted up in my arms, and I thought that they were just going to sit there and want, okay, let's go. Hey, let's go to sleep. Go to sleep. Come on, lay down. Go to sleep so I can do the rest of my live stream, guys. Settle down. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. So as Kevin said, there's a method to his madness, and I think that this token does have the potential to do some good things. Guys, I'm going to have to put you down. I can't. You guys are too distracted. Go eat each other somewhere else. Quit knocking over my camera. But with that, folks, that's one of the tokens that I wanted to share with you real quick. I wanted to do that also in honor of Kevin. Full disclosure, Kevin owns a lot of that token. I don't own any of it yet, so I am looking at getting into it. But Kevin owns a significant portion of it. He has huge belief in it. So if you go buy some tokens and you pump up the chart, Kevin would be eternally grateful. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, anybody else in the chat got a token that they like? Oh, come on. Can you guys hear those guys, them as much as me? Like, they're all the way across the house, but they're going at it. Will you two knock it off? Come on. Seriously. I swear. Usually they sleep during my live streams. I've been very lucky. Come here. Come here. Come here. Maybe if I get them separated, maybe if I hold one, the other one will go lay down and I could just hold one of them. But anyways, man. Oh, so I'm still looking at the chat and I don't see anybody that has put any tokens into the chat, man. You guys are one of our greatest resources. So if any of you have a token that you want me to take a look at, go on CoinGecko, break it down, look at its website, and share with everybody. I would be happy to. So Dave, who's a long-term viewer and a super expert in crypto, says, let's look at some DAI. Let's take a peek at DAI. Isn't that a token that I just had on the channel not too long ago, Dave? I believe this is a token that we featured not too long ago on the channel. I'm almost sure of it. So I got to double check. I'm almost certain that we had this token on the channel. We did an interview with DAI just a short time ago. Let me scroll down here. Where'd it go? There we go. Yeah, right here. So we just interviewed the team for DAI back showing now about a month ago. It's probably a little over a month ago. So this is a token that is definitely on our radar already. I'm not sure if that's how you heard about it, Dave. Do you remember hearing about it on the stream, or did you hear about it somewhere else, Dave? I'm kind of curious if you got, because if you heard about it here on the stream, that's fantastic. I'm excited about that. But at the same time, if you found some other people that are talking about it and that are excited about it, that is phenomenal too. Are you guys serious here? Knock it off. I am so sorry, folks. I've working on hiring somebody that's gonna that is going to help me control this zoo that I've created, but they're not ready to start yet. But after today, they're gonna be. Come on, you guys. Seriously, it was all fun and games for the first minute or two, but now it's starting to get a little frustrating. Yeah, it's getting a little frustrating. Yeah, it's getting a little frustrating. So let me see. Dave said yes on this channel and others. So let's get back here. It's sitting at 57 cents. It's got about a $70 million market cap, $69 million market cap. And you can see here that you can buy this token everywhere. The fact that it's on Binance is pretty impressive. The fact that it's on Coinbase is pretty impressive. These days, most tokens are on, Mexi Global and KuCoin and, some of those exchanges, which are fine. Those are good exchanges. I have a Mexi account. I have a KuCoin account, although as a United States citizen, I haven't been able to use it for a while. But you don't see, when we're pulling up tokens on this Microcap Gem live stream, you don't really see a whole lot of tokens that are listed on Binance and Coinbase anymore. Those two exchanges are relatively, hard to get on. Normally, you get on Binance, you get on KuCoin, you get on some of those others, and then eventually you can work your way up, to a Binance listing if you're doing incredible things and everything is going well. But in general, you don't just launch a token and then end up on Binance. So that shows that they've done some things right, that they're on the right people's radar. So I love the fact that you can buy them on all of those exchanges. And then if we go to their history here, you can see that they made it through this last bear market. This is not a new project. This is a project that's been around, that's weathered some storms. When it launched, as most tokens launch, it had a really good launch. It went all the way up to $5.73. And then over the course of the last 4 years, it's come down about 90%. So that's pretty normal with these altcoins. So that, that doesn't worry me. You can see though here in the last month since we had them on our channel, it's up 62.5%. So thank you for reminding me, Dave. I'm going to have to go talk to them and let them know, hey, my interview was a little bit helpful, at least. Got some good eyes on your project, and see if they want to, come back on or do anything else with the project. So if we go over to their website, guys, that's probably one of the most important things is what in the world is, DIA or DI. I can't remember how they told me to pronounce it. I think it was it DIA? Or I think it was DIA is what they told me and how we pronounced it on the show. But you can see this. Trustless oracles for any asset. DIA oracles power on-chain use cases with verifiable data feeds for any digital or real-world asset. So I haven't seen him in the chat. Yet, but Mr. Deadwood, one of our long-term community members, loves RWA projects for the future. And I agree with him. Real world assets and the tokenization of it is going to be massive over the upcoming years. I believe we're going to see some $1 trillion companies. I don't know how noise canceling this mic is. So I don't know if you guys are hearing what I'm hearing or not. Are you guys can you hear the dogs, or are you really just hearing me? Because I'm curious. If you guys can hear what I'm hearing, I'm a little bit horrified, because these guys are acting like they're killing each other. I mean, they are going at it and they're making all kinds of snarling noises and just to me, it sounds like it's incredibly loud. Yeah, you hear me and the dogs. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's really, there ain't a whole lot I can do about it when I'm here by myself. I can't seem to, usually they settle down pretty quick. And today, for whatever reason, they were sound asleep in their cage when I started this live stream, and then all of a sudden they just woke up. But so this is a project that, real world asset project, has real world use case, has a ton of utility. And I think if you go check out their website here, I'm going to go ahead and post this right now in the chat. I think if you go take a closer look at this project, yeah, they might be hungry, Witcher. They might be hungry. It's possible. I was gonna feed them after the live stream was over. I don't want to, I didn't want to feed them and then have to worry about them going to the bathroom all over the house while I was doing the live stream. So I normally feed them after the live stream. But you're right, they probably are hungry. So you guys can go here and click through this website and click on the product. You can see, you've got token price feed. Price feeds, real world asset feeds, verifiable randomness, proof of reserve. If you go over and check out their community, they have a lot of different events. They've got a Twitter Spaces coming up. Actually, that's today. It looks like 6 p.m. Central Time. That would be 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to go listen to their Twitter space and get a little bit of a better idea for them and their team. You've got their community, the community hub that you can check out, and so much going on with this project. So thank you very much, Dave, for bringing that back to our attention. I do believe that is an amazing company that's got amazing potential. And, you know, and it's not a company at $69 million. It's not really a company that we're like worried too much about them going out of business. I mean, anything can happen, but when a company gets all the way up to $69 million, especially $69 million during this recent downturn, you know, and if you look at the chart over the last few months, yeah, it's done some dipping over the last 3 months. It was sitting at, you know, 59 cents, and it went all the way down to, 42 there, went all the way down to 30 here. But look at that. I mean, it was 30 cents on April 7th. So here just in, 23 days, we could have basically doubled our money from 27 cents here to over 57 cents. And it actually peaked way up here not too long ago. It just peaked up at over 64 cents. So that shows me that it has some pretty good strength in the markets compared to a lot of the altcoins that got really, really smashed and that haven't even made much of a comeback yet. And so I think that this is a winner. Thank you for putting it on our radar, Dave. All right, what else do we got going on here? I saw Tim, I think it was. Tim mentioned a token. Let me scroll back up here a little bit. I think we let me see here. Tim G says Aki on base, AUKI. So AUKI on base. Let's pull that up. AUKI. All right. So here we go. Man, it's got a little over 2.4 going on 2.5 cents. $45 million market cap, fully diluted, 250 million. So that means that they've got about 20% of their tokens are released. So I would take a little bit of a look at their vesting schedule and see how quickly the vesting on these tokens is, how many are going to be hitting the market over the next handful of months. But if they're a solid project and they built it correctly, then the vesting schedule is probably nothing to worry about. Where can we buy it? We can buy it on Uniswap on the base network. It's on MEXC, so that makes it a little bit easier for people that like centralized. And then you can get it on Aerodrome. So that, those are three great places. I love Aerodrome, so that makes sense. That's easy to get to. And then let's go see what in the world Aki.ai is. I like the fact that it's got AI in the name, because next to real world assets, I think that AI is probably going to be, I think AI and real world assets are going to kind of compete for the #1 growth, in the world over the next handful of years and the next decade or two. AI is not going anywhere. It is just going to be absolutely mind blowing what you can do with AI. I think I mentioned this on one of my other streams, but there's a lady named Cody Sanchez that is a big proponent of buying businesses. And I really like what she says. And I'm actually studying into it so that I can take some of my cryptocurrency profits and put them into some of these plays that she talks about. But she talks about how there's, millions and millions of baby boomers out there that are getting ready to retire, that have owned these businesses for 20, 30, 40 years, but their kids aren't interested. You know how it is. Like, you're a doctor, you hope that your kid grows up and becomes a doctor, but he decides that he wants to be an architect or a chef or whatever. So a lot of these businesses, they're not going to get passed down to future generations because the future generations don't want, to run the business. So they're looking to sell these businesses. But anyways, she is a multi-millionaire, super successful. I've seen her at a couple of live events, but she did a YouTube video not too long ago saying, hey, can I create a business that will make me $1,000 a week using AI, basically almost exclusively? And she broke down in a 20-minute video how she created AI agents, and she basically bought and sold stuff off of Facebook Marketplace and like Craigslist. She was actually able to create an AI agent that oh my goodness, why can't I talk? The first AI agent she had scrubbed Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist within like a 200-mile radius of where she lived, looking for bargains, looking for, you know, stuff that was on the free, looking for stuff that was well underpriced. And then this AI agent actually had a conversation with the seller, and they never even knew they were talking to a computer. Like, it would literally find something on Facebook Marketplace, message the person selling it, have a conversation with them, close the deal, and then she would get alerted. And then she had another AI agent that literally found somebody close to where that person lived that would go pick up the item and deliver it back to her house. Of course, she had to Zelle or Venmo, you know, the person the money for the item, but she literally had it so streamlined that all she really ended up having to do was walk outside. So she even had an AI agent that placed the ad. So she would buy something for $100. Her AI agent then would list it back on, you know, a few of these different sites at 200 or 250, whatever it was worth. And long story short, for the most part, all she had to do was walk outside when the person showed up that had agreed to buy it, and have them give her the money and her give them the thing. It was absolutely amazing. And folks, this is a little off topic, but I think you're going to enjoy this. Let's see if I can do something here really quick. This is something that I think is going to just totally blow your mind. And if you are not in the AI space yet, this is going to freak you out, guys. I didn't have any idea that I was going to do this. But man, let me see if I can find this post here real quick. It was within the last few days. Okay, get down then. Let me see here. Bear with me, folks. I tell you, this is going to be worth it. Seriously. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait a second. No, that's not the right one. Where this post was on April 26th. Okay, I can't find the post. Let me pop open my phone. And while I'm doing that, let me give you the background. I think I can figure out the phone number that I called here. It was just a few days ago, and I called it like 3 times relatively close together here. So I'll give you the backstory. My friend Ryan Stewman here is an entrepreneur and a business owner. I actually had him on the channel not too long ago. This is way back April 21st. What's the date today? The 3rd. I could have swore it was before then. I promise you guys, this is going to be worth it. You're going to be very glad that I decided to do this. If I can find the stupid number. I know I called this number. Couldn't have been before the 21st, could it really? I could have swore it was just a few days ago. Oh man, this is driving me crazy. This is frustrating, guys. I know I dialed this number. I wonder if it was, I don't think it was before I got my new phone. Man, you guys are probably dropping off of here like flies, man. I don't want you guys all getting off because I'm not saying anything. What I'm getting ready to show you, in my opinion, could make you millions and millions and millions of dollars. So bear with me for just a second here. Let me figure this out again. It's got to be right here. Why in the world am I having so much trouble finding this number? I literally called it 3 times in a very short period of time. And it was also, I also know what time of the day it was roughly. So it should not be that hard for me to find this number. The Texas number, I believe. That's not it. I don't understand, guys. I'm all the way back to April 11th, and I guarantee you this didn't happen. This didn't happen way back 20 days ago. This was something that I did just within the last few days. And it was probably at around 4:35 p.m. Let me try this number here.
Hello, this is Linda, your dedicated closer capital agent. How can I help you today?
Beautiful. I found it. So I hung up because I want to give you guys a backstory, and I want you guys to listen to this very, very carefully. So I'm going to have a conversation with somebody right now about getting a loan, and I'll let the cat out of the bag. This is AI. This is not a real human being. This is AI that Ryan Stewman is putting together for one of his businesses. I want you to listen for the next 2, 3, 4 minutes while I have this conversation. I think you're going to be absolutely blown away.
Hello, this is Linda, your dedicated closer capital agent. How can I help you today?
Hello, I'm getting ready to launch a cryptocurrency project, and I would like to borrow $100,000, take out $100,000 loan to finance and get it off the ground.
That sounds exciting. Before we dive into that, can I get your name? I'd love to help you figure out the funding options available for your project.
Yeah, my name is Brad Varnell.
Great to meet you, Brad. So it sounds like you're looking for $100,000 for your cryptocurrency project. That's a solid plan. Just to get a better understanding, how long have you been in business? Also, could you share your estimated monthly revenue? This info will help see if you qualify for funding.
Yeah, I would say that my revenue on a monthly basis is about $10,000 to $15,000 a month. Obviously, the cryptocurrency project that I'm launching is just getting off the ground, so that $10,000 to $15,000 is from other businesses and other revenues that I have coming in.
Got it. So you have some solid revenue coming in from your other businesses. And how long have you been operating your existing businesses?
A little over 4 years now. I started my current business, my YouTube channel, in 2021.
Awesome. It sounds like you have a solid foundation with your YouTube channel and other ventures. Just to confirm, do you have a personal credit score of 600 or higher?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. You're meeting the qualifications we need. Could you let me know the best email to reach you at, as well as a phone number in case our team needs to text or follow up?
Yeah, absolutely. You can reach me at bradv7007@yahoo.com. And my phone number is 702-890-7815.
Thanks, Brad. Could you also share the name of your business and the industry you're in? And finally, can you tell me a bit more about how you plan to use the funding for your cryptocurrency project?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the name of my business is the Real Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. It is a YouTube channel that helps people learn how to invest in cryptocurrencies. And I'm going to be using the $100,000 to pay the developer costs, the tech costs, put together a marketing plan and do everything that I need to do in order to launch this cryptocurrency token successfully.
That sounds like a fantastic plan, Brad. So your business is the Real Infinite Crypto, and you're using the funding for developer costs, tech, and marketing for your cryptocurrency tokens. I've got all the information I need, and it looks like you definitely qualify. I'm submitting your info now so someone from the team can follow up with options. You'll hear from us shortly. Do you have any other questions for me before we wrap up?
Nope, that'll do it. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome, Brad. Excited for your project and can't wait to see where it goes. Talk soon.
All right, have a good day. Guys, is there anybody not that's watching this that didn't like blow you away? You know, maybe if you're really super versed in AI, that wasn't exciting to you. But that, when I got on and realized where AI is going, if I didn't know that was a real person, I would have thought it was a real person, like very, very close. I mean, it could be better. But my point is, folks, they literally just replaced, you know, a secretary that was, you know, probably making 25, 30 bucks an hour or so. I mean, like, cause you got to have some people skills. It's not like you're just saying, you know, good morning, Ryan Stewman's office. How can I help you? And then transferring the call. Like, you know, if that was a real person, they would have to, you know, have people skills. They would have to have, you know, they'd have to be a little bit above and beyond the average person, which means they're going to be making more money than the average person. And what's crazy, guys, is that they've got software now that when the person that calls me back from all of that information, it'll be an AI agent very soon that calls me back, qualifies me a little bit more, and then most likely, maybe at the very, very end of the deal, I'll get transferred and put on the phone with like a real person. But theoretically speaking, an AI agent could call me back, get me to send my documentation and everything that I wanted to, you know, send, you know, that I needed to verify who I was and how much money I was making and blah, blah, blah. An AI agent could actually have that phone call conversation with me and then probably enroll me, walk me through the enrollment process. And literally there's some possibility that my friend with his closer capital business could have AI agents that take a person from start to finish all the way through. And so just imagine how this is going to change and revolutionize our world over the next handful of years. And one of the reasons that I think it's important, folks, like if you listen to that phone call and you were disgusted by it and you're not happy that it's going to replace millions of people, I don't blame you for that. I'm not happy about it either, per se. But at the same time, folks, it's incredible. This gentleman, Ryan Stewman, was talking just the other day that I forget the exact details, but he was saying that the first billionaire, which I think he said was John D. Rockefeller, had, I forget, like 10,000 or 11,000 employees or 100,000, like some massive, massive number of employees on his payroll in order to become a billionaire. Recently, there was a young man that ended up, I believe, once again, don't quote me on these statistics, but roughly there was a young man that became a billionaire that only had 300 employees. And Ryan Stewman's question was, who is going to be the first solopreneur that becomes a billionaire? Like in 10 years ago, you would not have been able to become a billionaire without thousands of employees. And even now, we don't know when it's going to happen, but he's in the firm belief that there's going to be people that go out and create billion-dollar businesses that are solopreneurs. Everybody that works for them are going to be, you know, AI. And, you know, one of the cool things about you know, this AI is that it frees up your time. Imagine if all you have to do is get on the phone with somebody after they've already shown an interest, they're already qualified, they've already sent in all of the documentation, and all you got to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, this is Brad Varnell with Closer Capital. Just want to verify a couple of quick things and make sure that your application goes through smoothly. And folks, this is going to be able to be done with real estate, you know, car sales. There's going to be a ton of stuff that you can do with this. And once again, like it can be the same thing in text. Like I can create an AI agent. You know, I don't think Daniel's on here and he's not getting replaced anytime soon. I love Daniel, but I could create an AI agent that reaches out to these cryptocurrency projects and asks them a few questions, and basically goes through our outline to see if they qualify to be on the YouTube channel. I can create an AI agent that'll do that for me. And guess what? It doesn't sleep. It doesn't eat. It doesn't need to go to the bathroom. It doesn't need to go spend time with its girlfriend. It doesn't need to, any of that. It doesn't take vacations. And I could have more than one if I needed it. So I could 10x my productivity by having 10 of these different AI agents that were reaching out to cryptocurrency projects and having the initial conversation with them, because that's the most time-consuming part. Once somebody raises their hand and says, yeah, we'd love to be on your channel, and wants to get on a call with me, that's the easy part. It's the reaching out to dozens and dozens and dozens of projects, not being able to get a hold of them, them not being interested, and so on and so forth, that takes up all of the time. So my point is to get back to this project that we're looking at is AI. I think most people, including me, are underestimating what it is capable of and how it is going to transform our lives over the next decade or two. And I think even just in the next 2 to 5 years, we are going to see massive, massive improvements. So let me ask you guys in the chat, for those of you that stuck around, what did you think about that conversation? Are you guys impressed by that as much as I was? Was that pretty amazing, or was it just kind of meh? Like, I literally called her back because I couldn't believe what I just heard. I called her back and had another conversation, gave her some new numbers, and I told her that my credit score was below 600 because I was curious, what she would say to that. And I was so excited by it. I came in, I told my wife, hey, you got to listen to this. And I called it up and I played it for my wife, and now I just played it for you guys. So, yeah, I agree, Greg, kind of cool, kind of scary. I agree. But my point is, folks, let's take advantage of it. If AI is inevitable, which I think we all agree it's inevitable, we can't stop it. We can't change it. We can't go back a couple of decades and make it not exist. So we all have to come to the realization that it's happening with or without us. So let's get wealthy so that we aren't affected by it. So it's not our job that gets taken. So that when our mom or our sister or our kids lose their jobs, we got enough money to help them through the tough times. We have an opportunity, and in my opinion, a responsibility, because we know more than the average person knows. We have been enlightened for whatever reason. God chose us to get this information and to be able to take advantage of it. And so I think we have a responsibility to our loved ones and to our kids and to our parents and our families to take advantage of this and make so much money that we don't care if AI replaces us. So with that, folks, let's take a quick look at this. Why do you beg me to come up, and then as soon as I got you, you want back down? So let's take a look at what is the POMESH protocol. Learn the fundamentals of the Aki network and token economy. Okay, so that's just So let's go here to the about. So healthy memes are a core of a well-functioning operation. Here are a few of ours. Spread good memes. What we say and do echoes through the behavior of others. Let us be mindful of what memes we propagate and our memetic footprint. This is both a positive call to action, but also a reminder that negative behavior is spread too. When you see a good idea, share it, spread good memes. Interesting. Train for the Olympics. Our destination is not our destiny. Building the future, we believe, will take an extraordinary amount of effort, contribution. At Aki, you will be given the space, opportunity, and mandate to do the best work of your career, because we will have to be the best to win. So it's an interesting idea. This looks like it's more like for bringing people onto their team. So Nils Phil, that name sounds very, very familiar to me. I'm not quite sure why or where I've heard it, but it looks like they have a pretty solid team here. They've got a couple of founder and CEO, founder and COO, director of spatial computing a couple of times over, product manager, infrastructure engineer. So this is not a project to take lightly. I mean, I don't think I've seen very many teams ever that have this kind of a team page. Interesting. Let's go back here to the home page. Let's go back here to the home page. I want to scroll. Does this scroll? Yeah. All right. So 70% of the world's economy is still tied to physical locations and labor, limiting our ability to collaborate with AI. Aki's mission is to improve civilization's intercognitive capacity, our ability to think, experience, and solve problems together with AI. So I guess the only thing about this, Tim, is I'm looking at the website and I'm kind of confused. I really can't figure out exactly what they're trying to accomplish. When I clicked on one thing, it talked about memes. We help machines see the world. Aki is building an external and collaborative sense of space for robotics, XR, and smart cities to make the physical world accessible to AI. So that sounds a little bit more exciting than the meme stuff that we were talking about. But, I would definitely be interested in learning more about this, this project. It looks like you can build on it. They got developers start building. So it's definitely worth taking a closer look at. And once again, just the fact that it's an AI token and it's down here at $45 million market cap, and you can get it, on Aerodrome. It's on the Coinbase network. I would say that it's definitely worth taking a close. Hello, hello, hello. I logged out, logged back in. Did that help with the sound at all? For those of you that are still with me?
Yes. Yes.
I'm back?
You're back.
But the camera's not.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you can see me there, but you can't see my screen. Okay.
Right.
All right, guys. I don't know why in the world it did that, but I love you. Thanks for the phone call. I love technology. So, as I was saying, folks, this looks like a pretty cool project, and I definitely would take a closer look at it. I apologize. We're gonna have to get moving on here. We've been on for closing in on an hour and a half, so I know that a couple of you put some tokens into the chat. Please come back next Wednesday and remind me that I didn't get to your tokens. I want to say it was The Witcher. The Witcher. Oh, come on. Let's go back up here a little bit. Let's see. And it was a long time ago, I guess, that you made the comment. Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to see. Well, I can't find it right now, and I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's do some giving away. Any of you guys interested in winning some of my tokens? So the funny thing is, I can't even tell you the name of the token yet, and you're not going to get the token until it launches. But I still think that it's going to be pretty exciting, and I'm going to give away, instead of doing like a $50 giveaway, I'm actually going to do a $100 giveaway. We're going to give $25 worth of tokens out to 4 of you today. And, one of the cool things I think about this giveaway is, yeah, you got to wait, 30 days before you get the token, say, but you're getting a token basically at the day one price. And you're going to have the ability to turn this $25 worth of tokens into several hundred, in my opinion, if you hold it. If you decide that you aren't going to hold it, that's okay. But the other thing that's going to be cool is if you own $50 worth of this token or more, you're going to have the ability to participate in some stuff that we've got going on. And so for those of you that win this giveaway, if you hold it and the price even just doubles, you're going to have the ability to be involved in what we're doing with this project. I still think, not financial advice, that you're probably going to be wise to have more than $25 worth. But at the same time, this $25 is, could be worth, quite a bit more than that, with everything, the token appreciation and the participation that you're going to be able to be included in by having $50 worth or more of this token. So with that, let me get over here to the giveaway tool, and let's make sure that everybody is here. So we're going to go over here to the StreamYard giveaway tool, and we're going to choose this Microcap Gem live stream, and we're going to choose hashtag millions. Is somebody, now I got to feel like somebody's texting me. Let me see here. Oh, for goodness sakes, babe. Anyways, we're going to do a giveaway here. Hashtag millions. It looks like I did it in lowercase letters. I don't know if that matters, but just to be safe, do it in lowercase letters. And we'll give you guys, what time is it? 10:25, 10:26 now. We're going to give you guys about 30 seconds to get your hashtag millions into the group. And then we are going to start drawing. We got 20 seconds left to get your entries in, folks. 20 seconds. Let's get this up to, there we go, down 10 seconds. 10 seconds. We are going to draw the first winner. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, draw. All right, we got Venom 99. Venom 99, you are our first winner. Freddie, second winner. Please go in to the chat and let us know that you are here. Donnie T, man. Donnie T managed to win 2 days in a row. Congratulations, Donnie. And XM Textile has also won 2 days in a row. That's awesome. But let's draw a couple more winners. Let's see what we can do here. I'm feeling generous, especially when I'm trying to get you guys excited about my project. I don't want the same 2 people winning all day long. So let's draw one more. We got J Dot in the group. And Future Crypto. So if the 6 of you will please message me here in the chat and let me know that you are here, Future Crypto. And I'm going to pull up your profiles, and I need you guys to, let me see, how am I going to do this? Let's go to my channel, get over here to today's live stream. Let's get everybody pulled up. So let's stop that so you're not hearing me twice. So we got J Dot. There you go. J Dot. We got J Dot. We have Future Crypto is in the house. Go to your channel. We have XM Textile again. Congratulations. We also have Freddie. There you are, Freddie. And then what does that leave us with? Donnie T and Venom. We need Venom and Donnie T. There's Donnie T. Go to your YouTube channel. And then where are we at here? Venom, are you here? I'm not seeing. No, I see. There it is. Venom 99. Wow, amazing. Okay. All right, guys. So because this giveaway is going to be in about 30 days or so, what I need you to do is I want you to go to your YouTube channel and I want you to put your Telegram handle. So let's just say that Venom99, say you are on Telegram as @Venom99. I want you to put that into your YouTube channel, or put that into your YouTube channel right now. I'm going to go and I'm going to write down your usernames next to the names that I have written out here. And it's important. You don't want to change this username between now and the giveaway, because I'm giving these tokens to the people that are at that Telegram channel. So what's going to happen is when we get closer to the launch, you're going to get invited into our official Telegram group for our token. And then we're going to conversate through the Telegram that you give me. You and I are going to have a quick conversation, and then you're going to give me your address that you want the token sent to, and I'll get into the details on the chain that we're launching on and all of that when we get a little bit closer. But for today, I need your @Telegram handle as soon as possible. And if you don't have Telegram, if you want to get these tokens, you're going to have to get Telegram. It is going to be required that you've got a Telegram account that I can verify your information through. You're going to have to be a part of our official Telegram group when the time comes in order to win these tokens. So with that, folks, $150 worth of our token given away today. Hope you guys are excited about that. Once again, I've got some cool things going on. You might see me on stream a little bit the rest of this week. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely excited for everything that's going on. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. And we look forward to a lot of cool stuff coming up and a lot of cool live streams. So if I don't see you anymore this week, I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Until then, God bless you all. Thank you all very much for everything. And that's great. Like, I appreciate you joining the Telegram group, Venom, but I still need your @ in your YouTube profile, because I guarantee you that if I don't have your @ right here where nobody can clone it, somebody's going to try to join the Telegram group and say they're you when they ain't you. So that's the whole reason for having you put your Telegram handle inside your bio here on YouTube. It's so that people can't scam and act as if they are you. So please go put your username in this YouTube channel so that we know for sure that nobody is trying to scam us. So with that, folks, God bless you. Have a wonderful, amazing, fantastic day. Thank you for putting up with the dogs. Thank you for putting up with the technical difficulties. Thank you for putting up with me trying to find that AI to call. And man, look forward to talking to you all very soon. God bless, and bye-bye for now.